This is a walkthrough of our new Pacer system. And the first unit I want to introduce is this display unit. We call it also the game controller. So here you can actually select the different activities. In this case we have 3 activities, but it can be many activities. Just a little insight of what we have. We have of course the display. We have a satellite down here where you can actually select the different activities, a speaker, and we also have a radar sensor so the display can light up when somebody is nearby. Inside this unit is where we have all the compute units, power supplies, everything. And it's also here that we have access to the cloud. So you're actually able to log activities. You can also change activities if you want to have a new race or new sounds or anything like that. But most importantly, we can actually look at some statistics of what activities has actually been used over time. So this is actually connected to the cloud as well. So that's one unit. The next unit in this system is going to be the light that's actually in the ground. And in this installation we have actually used 2 different types of ways of implementing it. One example is the one here where we have the light placed into a rail. So you can see that's very easy to make very flat to the surface. And also the light is placed inside this alley rail. This is very useful if you have a very straight line you want to do. So for example in this case we have like a 20-meter track going down that way. So that's very useful for that. And we have the wire inside the rail and everything. If we then move to this one, which is the other type that we have, this is what we call the light housing instead. And you see instead of a rail, it's just inside a small house that is then molded into the ground. The really advantage of this one is if you have a terrain or landscape where you need to curve it around, like you see here in the special curve, or if the terrain goes up and down, it's much more flexible in that case. So for example, if you have a park where you have a running track running around, this unit is probably the best one to have. All right, the next unit I want to show you in this setup is the one we call the satellite. And in this case we have a satellite here at the starting line, this one here, but we actually have one down in the other end there. So you can also start down there. So in this case we have a 20-meter run, and you can actually start the run in these 2 positions. These units is actually communicating by Wi-Fi to the game controller we have down here. So that's running on Wi-Fi. Then the last piece I want to show you before we just start a game is that we actually have on the finish line here, we have a photo sensor. So when you cross the photo sensor here, and it has a reflector actually on the other side here, on the post here. So if you cross here, it can detect the time. So yeah, so let me just show you one example. So now it is actually tracking the time of a 20-meter run. So when I'm crossing the line here, you can see I get a time. And when I'm crossing the other line here, I get another time. And here you will be able to see that it actually the purple color winning. So okay, this is just to give you a little bit more insight of the LED itself. It's high color, high brightness LEDs. And as you can see, they are multicolor. So that means we can have many different runners in many different colors. The LED is designed in a way so it's molded inside some transparent mold, so it's very robust to environment and very easy to maintain. A small detail also to mention is that the 10 LEDs we have inside here, they are actually angled 30 degrees out. So they will, when the runner is standing on the track, he will actually have the right angle of the light towards the eyes. And that means that even in sunlight it will be very bright for the runner to see. Also in sunlight. Yeah, thank you.